Is there a secret recipe for transforming a small startup into a global digital powerhouse? Well, welcome to Tech Talks Daily. I'm your host, Neil, and today we're joined by the founder of G2A.com and president of the supervisory board G2A Capital Group. And they are the world's largest marketplace for digital entertainment. But today's guest is not just a serial entrepreneur. He's also a mentor, public speaker, and a believer in lifelong learning, a man after my own heart. And with 25 million customers across 180 countries, G2A.com is at the forefront of digital marketplaces. But today, he's going to be sharing his insights on cybersecurity and digital marketplaces, the future of this dynamic sector, the world of retro gaming, and also dive into the entrepreneurial spirit that drives G2A's success and how they're embracing cutting-edge technologies from AI to AR, blockchain, all those usual suspects from the Web3 world. So buckle up and hold on tight, because I'm going to beam your ears all the way to Poland, where it is a incredibly chilly -17 Celsius at the moment. But don't worry. We will warm you up and learn from this leader who truly embodies the ethos that every day is a school day. So a massive warm welcome to the show. Can you tell everyone listening a little about who you are and what you do?
Hello, Neil. Thank you for having me. It's a great pleasure. My name is Bartosz Skwarczek. I am the founder of G2A.com, the president of the supervisory board of G2A Capital Group. And I was born in Poland, last 10 years, living between Amsterdam, Boston, Spain, Poland, and doing more or less 200 flights per year from Hong Kong to New York to Brazil, maybe except COVID time. So that was different reality.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. There seems to be a lot to unpack there. 200 flights a year, Poland, Boston, Spain. I'm going to take you back in time to know more about your origin story. Can you share your journey that took you from an entrepreneur with a vision that ultimately led to the creation of G2A.com, which is one of the world's largest digital marketplaces, right?
Yes, indeed. Com today is the world's largest, most trusted marketplace, as they say, for digital entertainment, with 25 million users from almost 200 countries. Over 100 million items purchased by clients and 75,000 different kind of offerings, from games to DLCs to in-game items, etc. On this, I think, interesting side, G2A was named the best B2C website of the year by Global E-commerce Awards, and an innovation in customer experience from UK. And my journey started very small. I grown up in Poland. That gave you a lot of motivation. And being an entrepreneur was my dream from the high school, from the moment I remember. Probably my father's legacy, because he was as well an entrepreneur. And from the very beginning, determination and hard work were my foundation. I've always believed and wanted to prove and inspire people that you can be born in not rich family, in post-Soviet country, and, without any financial help, no investors, no IPOs, that you can build a successful global company. So that was always my drive. And these Polish roots were at the very beginning. Then in 2010, G2A was created as a very regular online store. 6 people, 1 small room, 13 square meters, very humble beginnings. And we started from box distribution to the world of digital. And then 2014, the marketplace was born. And then we started really scaling the business. And as I said, today G2A is a globally recognized brand with offices all over the world, headquarters in Amsterdam and Hong Kong, and 200 payment methods. So literally in every country in the world.
Such an inspiring story. And the digital marketplace throughout your career has continuously evolved. And I would say today's digital landscape, cybersecurity is something that is increasingly is bombarding our newsfeed. Seems to be a different attack every day. But I'm curious, in your world, what are the most pressing cybersecurity considerations for online marketplaces? And how are you at G2A.com? How are you addressing these challenges? Because it's something that every business leader is grappling with right now.
Yes, it is. And cybercrime costs are predicted to reach $9.5 trillion of dollars in 2024. So this is on a constant rise. And that is the reason why security is one of our top priorities for several years, from the very beginning. And I think there is no marketplace in the world with no attempt of fraud. Literally, every big platform has thousands of attacks every week, every day, constantly, non-stop. You are under pressure. But in this area, G2A is much better when we compared G2A to the industry average. So we talk about 0.39% at G2A side compared to about 3.6% global internal anti-fraud rate. So what I mean by that we at G2A are almost 10 times better on average than the industry. And there is a reason behind that. At G2A, the security infrastructure and people have been cultivating and developing over the last 13 years. Now we use all the solutions you can imagine. So our team is supported with the security systems like SentiOne, like Qualys, like SonarQube, Akamai, you name it, dozens of them. Also with AI, of course, with the infrastructure. And that is the first line of the defense. And security solutions were also brought by external partners covering frauds and covering chargebacks. We work with JAST on this front. And many people are not educated globally in general in cybersecurity. So one of the things we do as an ambassador for the cybersecurity is educating, dozens of interviews in the United States, Spain, Hong Kong, Netherlands, UK. We really believe that cybersecurity is the cornerstone when it comes to e-commerce and all the platforms. So I very much encourage every CEO, every board of directors to really focus on that.
And if we look back to last year, I would say Web3, blockchain, etc., was arguably overshadowed by Gen AI in 2023. But in 2024, here we are. It almost feels like all these technologies are beginning to converge. There's so much excitement about Gen AI and equally Web3 and crypto. As we record this today, Bitcoin's at something like $46,000. So how do you see the future of digital marketplaces evolving, especially in the context of emerging technologies like AI, like blockchain, etc.?
These technologies are on the rise, definitely, and much more AI than blockchain. Many companies are experimenting with using AI engines to help in the creative process by generating ideas, pitches for creative team, etc. I truly believe that we are still at the very, very beginning of adopting AI and really understanding what AI is going to bring us. I hope for a wider scale use of this tech in connection with tools and technology like AR, artificial reality, or extended reality solutions. They are pretty slow still. Even Vision Pro by Apple is basically too expensive to have very much and very wide adoption. But it's connecting the VR design with many intuitive tech solutions like displays, like phygital, so mixing physical world and this digital world, different kind of offerings and etc. And of course, there is Web3 and blockchain, technology of the future, which we see from many years, which we've been seeing it in both, I think, in ups and downs, naming just an NFT bubble, etc. And I am fan of blockchain technology because, especially on the cybersecurity front, I believe in the future, all those crypto mechanisms. When I'm saying crypto, I don't mean cryptocurrencies, I mean the solutions for cybersecurity and the solutions to protect clients against more and more sophisticated villains, more and more sophisticated fraud tools that also will be delivered with the use of AI. So I think we will have a war between the bright side and the dark side using the same tools, because both, especially AI, and I think we will see that in 2024, we will see a lot of use of the dark side of AI with the attempt of fraud and different kind of tools that there are going to happen.
And Web3 has also become somewhat of a buzzword in the tech industry and also gaming and e-commerce in every area, really. So how do you foresee Web3 impacting the realms of e-commerce and gaming in the near to immediate future? Because we're recording this right at the beginning, January 2024. A lot of people trying to work out where these trends are heading. What do you see?
Web3 is a natural extension of Web2.
Yeah.
And G2A.com is a vanguard of technological solutions in the digital world. So we have G2A Gigverse, a brand new Web3 gaming marketplace offering digital assets related to blockchain-based games. It's built fully on blockchain. And we are also learning this technology, how we can use it in the best way for our clients. An online space for enthusiasts of decentralized games, a place where users will find information about the best Web3 games and the opportunity to buy and sell digital assets associated with these games. And the world of Web2 is evolving to Web3 slowly. I would say we expected it to be a little faster a couple of years ago. At the same time, G2A's long-term plans, of course, involve using blockchain technology to ensure the best user experience and this cybersecurity front, and becoming this all-in-one hub for Web3 gaming as well. So the next steps is definitely adding more supported blockchain to the hub, enabling fiat payments, offering aggregation tools that will help G2A partners promote their offers and items. At this moment, we put a special attention to the creators. Only original creators, only first-hand creators are allowed to sell. We basically care about the quality on this Web3 front.
And as a leader in such a dynamic industry, especially on behalf of so many people listening, finding the pace of change overwhelming and daunting, is there anything you can share around the strategies that you employ at G2A.com to sustain growth and foster continuous innovation? Because we've almost got to change on the fly continuously. It can be exhausting, can't it?
Oh, yes. He is very active on that field. Actually, both growth and innovation of the business, as well as the whole environment around it. So to give you an example, our programs for G2A teams for learning, development, and well-being, it was 188 events for G2A employees. So you can imagine for different groups, different teams, different people, we did a lot to promote this. And I give you a couple of examples. I believe G2A.com is a big ambassador when it comes to democratization of digital entertainment. So this is what we do. So we are a strong supporter, not only for diversity. A great example probably would be diversity campaign we did with 4-minute video. So you can imagine when I first time heard about my team coming to me saying, "Hey, Bartosz, we have 4-minute video." And I said, "Oh my God, nobody is watching that. Nobody is watching 4-minute videos, guys." But we did it. And what happened? It turned out that over 1.5 million views in US, nearly 1 million in Spain, to give you those two markets example, those two countries, and 30% of people watched the video till the end, which is amazing result, which is like it never happens that 30% people watch the video till the end. And we feel it because this diversity front, because at G2A, nearly 40% of employees are women, and at the top management, even 50%. And we are very proud of that, and we've been building that for years. And I am personally a strong believer in women power. We also conducted and started G2A Academy, so using gaming in educational process. We do a lot of materiality tests in the organization, all the aspects of S like social and educational diversity, health, setting our first sustainable development strategy. Working remotely is a big thing now because that is not only new normal, but also is reducing the carbon footprint. And at G2A, most of people is working remotely. We just gave a free hand. Like, would you like to work from home? You are very welcome. And 90% of people is working from home. Of course, we do a lot of technological innovation. So we are ahead of trends in the AI industry, contrary to many other companies who focus on a DevOps approach. When we dive a little bit deeper into IT, we opted for the platform approach. What that means that in the past, we noticed that the newer technologies would be even more burdening. So what we did, our answer was to build our own platform, which would reduce cognitive load, so-called, on developers. And that works perfect. And lastly, I would say that we implemented Searchlight data platform that allows us change the data management structure from centralized to dispersed. It's called data mesh architecture. And I think last but not least is our roadmap. And we have over 150 features. When we talk about developing and the G2A platform, we have over 150 features to be implemented to improve our marketplace. So stay tuned because the platform is gonna rock. It's like never-ending story with improving it.
Exciting times ahead. And I'm curious, from all the conversations that you're having around the world and everything that you're seeing online, what trends are you currently observing in that digital entertainment space? And also, how is G2A.com, how are you positioning itself to capitalize on these trends?
Definitely a few of them. One comes from COVID-19 pandemic that led to increase of this digital business in general and widen a new group of audience, casuals. So before it was more about hardcore gaming when it comes to G2A. Now it's more about casual audience and the clients, and not only gaming categories, but also e-learning, gift card software. So this is how we're capitalizing on this. In cybersecurity trends, we will primarily see emphasis put on selected key areas like data privacy, like integration of AI and machine learning for advanced threat detection. And at G2A, we have highly trained and committed internal teams for tech, for cybersecurity, for fraud prevention. Now, we already started the implementation of the plans addresses potential threats, which comes from the AI and other threats until the end of 2024. What we see also in the industry is retro gaming that has gained popularity in the last decade, and many businesses have seized the chance to repackage ancient games for a very modern audience. And many companies, G2A.com included, dedicate entire seasons specifically for retro and retro-inspired games. And of course, AI being the topic of the day, of the year, maybe of the decade. I don't think anybody can predict precisely what is going to happen within the next 3-5 years. We have so many different predictions, but I expect significant changes. One thing to remember is the last year NFT bubble, pumped also by investors. And we could see the NFT hype. We could see so many rush around NFTs. And after that, we saw the crash. And we have to remember that the US VC ecosystem currently has a record level of dry powder. It's around $300 billion. And they are looking for targets. So for those who deeply look into the business landscape, it's not a surprise that investors are pushing very much AI, investing in a lot of companies, making a lot of rumors about it, because this is also a moneymaker. So we have to be aware of those things and those different verticals that are influencing our reality.
You had me at retro gaming there, from Doom to Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah.
Do you still play any of those old games yourself? Or?
Oh, there are two games that I've been playing since, I think, very beginning. It's actually Doom and Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Each of the instances, not too often, but whenever there is a new release, I am there to check what is the feeling.
Yeah. Oh, man, you're absolutely brilliant. And for anybody listening to our conversation, maybe they're at the beginning of their journey, drawing from your extensive experience, is there any advice that you would give to maybe an aspiring entrepreneur looking to make their mark in the digital marketplace, or even the gaming industry? Anything that you'd pass down to them?
I think few advices. One is definitely have a vision. You need to be brave, really, to have a very clear image of where you are going and why you are going there. And this why probably is even more important, because along the way, this what is going to change a little bit, but why, this driving force, must be very strong. The second thing is crazy work ethic. I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years, and most of that time my working week has been around 100 hours. And it's not only Elon Musk doing this, but in general, many of my CEO friends and founders and entrepreneurs, they basically work like hell. And if you are not able to do it and you want to be entrepreneur, you have to reconsider that, because that's a part of the job. The third thing is full responsibility. Since there is no boss, unless you've got the fund, but this is sometimes more like partnership. But at the end of the day, everything is on you. So you need to like being responsible for people, for business, for things, for projects, because building a company is all about responsibility, is all about clarity and transparency. And you need to love it. Otherwise, you will be suffering, because being an entrepreneur is an amazing thing, but also requires a lot of dedication, a lot of breakthroughs, a lot of ups and downs. And lastly, I would say stress resilience, now even more than ever before, because market is more dynamic than ever. Geopolitics is getting turbulent again. So we had 10, 15 great years, and now we can see what is happening at the world. We have new normal with home offices, with very different working model. And we have very new, very different generations coming to the workplace. And at the end, somewhere between all of that, there is you with your business, with your dreams and challenges. So there is a lot of stress, and you need to be resilient. You need to know how to deal with that. So I would say those 5 tips or 5 comments on being entrepreneur from myself.
100% echo everything you just said there. I'm also someone that works 100 hours a week, but I often say, if you find something you love, if you're lucky enough to find what that is, you'll never have to work again. I'm working 100 hours a week, but it doesn't feel like working 100 hours a week. But
yes, it is.
But finally, as we look to the future, can you give us a glimpse of what the future holds for G2A.com? Where do you go from here? Are there any upcoming projects or expansions that you're particularly excited about, or allowed to tell us about? Because I'm sure you're locked down as to what you can. But is there anything you can share about the future?
Oh, of course. So G2A stands for Gate to Adventure. And this is what we do. So we are opening the gate to adventure in digital entertainment, not only to hardcore gamers, but our main audience. Now we also want to be casual gamers. And as I said before, we are democratizing digital world. And when you hear this word, you can say, oh, wow, what that means. But at the end of the day, for us, it doesn't matter your geographical place. We are looking at you as a human, and we look at our clients from also the offering perspective. So men and women, every country, and very different offering. So this is how we look at democratizing, about this also diversity front. And education about digital entertainment and about cybersecurity. This is also where we are hugely involved. And of course, my personal goals there are about my employees and G2A clients. Basically, at the end of the day, we do business for our clients, with our clients, and with our employees, for our employees. So I just love to see all that people happy. And I know it may sound naive, but at the end of the day, after 20 years of being entrepreneur, you want to see happy people around, because that gives you a next level energy to go even farther.
Absolutely love that. And I'm going to ask you to leave one final piece of wisdom for everyone listening, because I think we're all feeling a certain amount of pressure to be in a state of continuous learning. So as someone right in the heart of this space, where or how do you self-educate to keep up to speed with those latest trends and developments, etc.? Anything you can share around that on your secrets?
Oh, that's a great topic. I love it, Neil. Thank you for the question. We can say pressure, but I think it's more like hunger.
Yes.
It's like a hunger, because you want to know more. I tell you funny thing, and I experienced that very deeply, and I've been experiencing that for the last many years. So I've read over 1,000 books on business and self-growth, graduated with 2 universities, attended over 200 courses. I did several executive programs at MIT, Harvard, Oxford. And I tell you that the more I learn, the more humility I feel.
Yeah.
The more I see how the world looks, and the more I know, the more I see how much I don't know. And that gives me this, I don't know, I would say perhaps humbleness, like I don't feel very wise, even though I spent almost 30 years of my life learning constantly on daily basis. I feel the more I know, the less I know. And there is this hunger which is saying, give me more. And of course, I'd love to share a few things. So probably I use all the ideas you can imagine to learn from the experience through several different ways. When we talk about podcast, I think great recommendation would be Andrew Huberman from Stanford, professor on science and health. Great stuff. A16Z from Anderson Horowitz on business. When it comes to books, my last 2 is CEO Excellent by McKinsey. Very good book for CEO. I think every CEO should read it. And Age of AI by Henry Kissinger, Eric Schmidt. Not very detailed, but very horizontal view on AI. I learned from Instagram. Carbon Finance would be great for visual news on investing. Very quickly, you can look at it, very interesting data. On Twitter, many things, but among them, horizontal data view on the world with world of statistics. I like it very much, because that gives you this geopolitical view on the world through data. And of course, David Sinclair on longevity. And last but not least, I think for every entrepreneur which want to develop, you should go to the right places for more extensive education. So what I do is our executive courses. Last 4 years at MIT in Boston. So last year, to give you an example, I did blockchain, the whole 6-week program. This year, AI is coming. And I would say that's just a beginning for each of us.
Oh, brilliant. And every day is a school day, my friend. That's what I always say. And I think if you ever find yourself the smartest guy in the room, you're in the wrong room. You should be learning something from every person you meet. It's true, isn't it?
Yes, Neil. It's very true. It's very true. And that goes hand in hand with this feeling of humility. Yeah, with this constant hunger.
I think that's a beautiful moment to end on today. But before I do let you go, hopefully we've inspired a few people listening and set off a few light bulb moments with people around the world. For anyone listening wanting to find out more information about G2A, maybe even contact you or your team if they've got any questions, where would you like to point everyone?
Definitely g2a.com and g2a.co, so co like company.
Yeah.
2 sites on the G2A, and social media, LinkedIn. Please reach me directly. I'm reading every message and then I'm happy always to answer. So my personal Bartosz Skwarczek as the founder of G2A.com, also Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the social media. We are there.
Well, I think we covered so much in a short amount of time there, from how G2A has 25 million customers in 180 countries to become the largest and most dynamically developing marketplace for digital products. But we also covered today's most pressing cybersecurity considerations for marketplaces, the future of digital marketplaces, and even had time for a little fun and a little chat about retro gaming. But more than anything, just thank you for sharing your story today.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you, Neil.
And as we conclude this conversation, I think it's evident that the journey of G2A from its modest online store to becoming a global leader in digital marketplaces is nothing short of inspiring. And our guest today, his insights into cybersecurity, the evolution of digital marketplaces, and the integration of emerging technologies like AI and AR and blockchain has given us a glimpse into the future of digital commerce and gaming. And to everyone listening, what are your thoughts on the future of digital marketplaces? And also the role of cybersecurity. How do you see these evolving in the coming years? Please, let's keep this conversation going. Email me, techblogwriter@outlook.com, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, just @NeilC.Hughes. So please remember, subscribe to Tech Talks Daily for more insightful dialogues. If you've enjoyed today's conversation, if you want to help me battle those pesky algorithms, leave a quick rating and review. It really does help the show. But that's it for today. So thank you for listening. And until next time, don't be a stranger.